Shannan Gilbert has never been formally identified as a victim of Rex Heuermann or the Long Island serial killer by law enforcement, the Observer link. While her disappearance direct led to a discovery of the other bodies, there are significant differences in her case that continue to be a point of major controversy. And I don't know if you still hear Chris, after Rex Heuermann was arrested, it was another female body they was dumping apart in Long Island. When that happened, I was like, is that the Long Island serial killer telling authorities the Rex Heuermann is not the man? That was one of the things that I thought when it was another dump site of another female with the similarities of the other victims dumped on the Long Island Park. Man, my mind goes quick. I was like, spidey senses, the radar turned on, and I was like, yo, let me find out that the real serial killer is telling authorities with this and probably mocking authorities like, oh, you thought that you're gonna lock up Rex and this is gonna stop? Like, do you really thought you had the right person? My mind was going, and I was like, man, let me find out that authorities don't have the right guy, and it's still a guy out there killing females and dumping them. I thought about that when I seen that breaking news. So it says, while her disappearance directly led to the discovery of the other bodies, there are significant differences in her case that continue to be a point of major controversy. Official cause of death. The Suffolk County Media Examiner officer ruled her death undetermined. Police investigators have long maintained that she likely died of an accidental drowning or exposure after running into the marsh in state of panic. That there, it does raise a red flag to me. The medical examiner ruled her death undetermined. Police investigators have long maintained that she likely died of an accidental drowning. How you accidentally drown yourself is a reason for everything in life. Or exposure after running into a marsh in a state of panic. But you still have to try to find out how she got there. And if you're gonna say that she was running to the marsh in a state of panic, obviously something or someone was chasing her. Obviously, if you're gonna put that statement that she ran into it in a state of panic, obviously something or someone was chasing her that made her drown. So it's still accountability there for someone. Oh, I was just chasing her, and I, I mean, she just jumped in the water. But you were still chasing her. Some charges of manslaughter could still apply to you. You know what I mean? Like for you chasing her, she ended up dying. You at fault. So obviously you have to pay with some legal accountability for running and chasing after her. I could only assume, I could only assume that if this young lady, which I don't know, I could only assume due to the record of the other ones, far as the spectrum of whatever is being said in social media and the legacy media news stations and such. I could only assume that if indeed by any chance Shannan Gilbert was a sex working also, which we don't know, okay, I believe the authorities didn't care. That's what it's giving me right now, listening to the statement. It's giving me that the authorities didn't care enough to follow through with some kind of proper investigation and really give the opportunity to the law to extend the reach to see if it's something there, someone there to get some accountability from. But if she was indeed a sex worker, also, I believe authorities didn't care. Family disagreement. Her family and their attorneys, John Ray, strongly contest the official ruling. They hire independent forensic pathologists who determine her injuries, especially damage into her hyoid bone in her neck, were consistent with homicidal strangulation. Wow. That's a big statement though. Wow. Family disagreement. So the family disagree with the narrative. Mm. Strongly contest the official ruling. They hire independent forensic pathologists who determine her injuries, especially damage to the hyoid hyoid bone in her neck, were consistent with homicidal strangulation. Mm. Heuermann confession during his guilty plea on April 8, 2026. Rex Heuermann admitted to the killing of 8 specific women. He was not charged with Gilbert's death and has not admitted to any involvement in it. You see, I'm very glad that Chris asked this question. I'm very glad that he asked that question. It's actually very relevant to this case, though. Role in the investigation. Shannan is often called the catalyst for the case. In May 2010, she made a frantic 23-minute 911 call claiming they were trying